Good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning. I'm all aches and pains this morning because I had sugar yesterday. I have been cheating on my no sugar diet for about, I think it started about a month ago when the pumpkin spice latte came, and I started with one of those. And then I was good for a couple of weeks, and then I took one more, and then I wanted to eat a couple of candies, and this is always how it starts. I don't have a good relationship with sugar, so it ended yesterday with me making these really sugary, chocolatey, like mud cakes for our dinner. We also got some candy, and Christopher have some candy, and I ate quite substantially more than I have, and today I'm in so much pain, so I'm going back on my no sugar diet, and I'm gonna try to be a good girl this time, because it's not worth it, really not worth it. And when you just take one or two, you don't notice the increasing pain that much. However, because I don't have a good relationship with sugar, just taking one and two doesn't really work for me. So yeah, no sugar diet, back on track. We actually been awake for like an hour or so. It's 9:40. I think we went up at 8, so 1.5 hours ish. And I've finished the card that I started yesterday, so that is done. I'm gonna take some photos, and I'm gonna clean up the table. We also went through and paid our bills, and basically went through everything we shopped and looked at how much we spent and all of those things. And even though I know that I spent a substantial amount on crafts and on this camera, I was actually on track. I knew how much I had spent on everything, and for me that is something new-ish. It's the last couple of years I probably would say that I've been able to do that. Like if we go back 5 to 10 years, my relationship with money wasn't the best. I never spent money I didn't have. I didn't borrow money. I didn't have credits, because I'm brought up that you don't use credit. But I did spend all the money I earned every month. I never had anything left at the end of the month. I always used everything, and I usually used them on stuff that I just didn't really need. It was more of I have all of this money and I can buy all this stuff, so I'll do it. But in the last couple of years, I have slowly kind of learned how to better take care of my economy and be able to save money, which has been a big thing. So this is why I could buy the camera. This is why I could buy a bunch of craft supplies, because I had savings, and I still have savings to do that with. And for me, that is it's worth a lot. It's worth a lot to be able to do that. So yeah, but I'm not gonna buy any craft supplies in November. At the end of November, we are going to meet up with Christopher's parents and help them move. So we did buy our flight tickets and our hotel room this morning. A little tip, I don't know if you do travel, but I have seen that you get a lot of pros by signing up for the free memberships for like the hotels and stuff. We went in, we had already decided which hotel we wanted to go and use, and then we got the free membership, and we actually took off, I think, about $10, so it's not a lot, but in the every 4 per night, but it's still $10 that you can use for something else. So memberships for different hotels are actually pretty good to use. So yeah, that has been my morning. We actually been pretty productive and done quite a lot. I think Christopher will continue game, and we'll see what I will do for the rest of the day. But good morning, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. Here they are. Let's see if we can get a little bit of light on them. This is the background. This is the back side. This what was I stitched first, because I thought if I stitch the detail
front picture, I would get bored and not do the background, or I would like it and feel that this was boring. Things that I really liked about this, before I put on the backstitching, it didn't look that good, but with the backstitching, these trees actually pop really much. Without the backstitching, they kind of, everything just went together with the snowman and the background. So you felt like this were not enough contrast between the background and the trees. But just by putting the back stitches on the snowman itself, the trees actually popped out of the background. So I really like that. And I really love the little birdie. So this is the back piece. This is some kind of plastic, kind of even weave-ish fabric. I don't know. As I said previously, I have never seen this in stores. I only seen the hard plastic ones. This is more like rubbery. I kind of like it though. And then we have the front piece. And as you see, I still have a needle in here because that's how I want to sew it together. But yeah, I really like that they have the glitter effects both down here and on the little stars or snowflakes here. Which is a blue glitter thread. I wasn't super fond of the glitter thread itself because this is a free kit from the World of Cross Stitching, but I did like the end result, so that's really what matters right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this over. There is a little band in the kit, so you get the kit like this. This is how it looks when it should be finished. The pattern is in the magazine and then you get the kit, but you got this little red ribbon which you then put at the top in between the pieces. You put the pieces together, put the ribbon here, you put the pieces together, and then you sew them together. And I'm actually going to sew them together in the back stitching because it's supposed to have back stitching on the edges round, and I'm just gonna sew it together through that and hope that that is enough. I think it should be. And then I will have a little hang-a-doodle thingy all ready to be used. I am going to check if the needle is pointy enough to actually get through the ribbon, because when you get to the top there will be a couple of stitches up here that this needle going to have to stitch through the ribbon to keep the ribbon in place. So yeah, this is going to be so awesome. So I'm gonna start playing, and we're also supposed to have dinner like in 5 minutes. I've been sitting here and I have finished my ornament, and I'm also been knitting because we ended up watching a movie and it took a little bit longer, and the ornament actually didn't take that long. But I'm gonna show you that in my lap because you will see it much better than. So here's the ornament. It will focus. There it focused. And I actually did stitch through the ribbon. I gave it about an inch, 3/4 of an inch, probably an inch inside, because then even when you make the holes in the little ribbon, it won't kind of fray up that much, so you don't have to worry about it being loose. And what I did was I did like back stitching. I went two times around it. The first time I did every other stitch, and then I went back and did every other stitch again, so that when you turn it over you have just as nice back stitching. So that is how I did it, and then I cut it all around and it was done. So I did put the ribbon in while I was doing the back stitching, and backstitched through the ribbon, and that is how the ribbon is seated. So now I have a little ornament, and I think it's super cute. It's just adorable. If I had more of this, I would make more of them, but I don't. So I'm gonna look into some ornament for plastic kind of patterns for the more harder plastic, and I'm gonna do a couple of ornaments that way too. So yeah, that's that finish. I thought I'd show you my very glittery socks also. This is a yarn by... Oh, I just forgot her name. I put it in the description down below when I figure it out. It's a Swedish dyer that I've found out, and she does self-striping yarn. Stunning self-striping yarn. I thought this was purple and black, but apparently I bought pink and blue. So I'm doing another pair of socks, and it has this very slight patterning on top of it, which is one of the patterns by the expat knitter. So yeah, then it's just plain on the other side. Oh, so that is kind of what I've been doing this evening. It's still like an hour left or something, so I think we're gonna see an episode or something, and then we're just gonna head to bed. So I thought I would say good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Bye!